What is up, everyone? It is Matthew. It is July the 5th. Woo! We are into July. This is crazy. I have the dollar index up here, and I just want to quickly have a peek that there's not much going on. Um, Today it's Sunday, um, but on Monday, we got the US dollar. That's 8 my time. This is my local time right now. Um, 8 a.m. We have some USD news, and I see some downside. I shared that in the group earlier, and I see some downside. And if we zoom in a little bit here, I like to mark that start of the week. But we had a flag. This. Look at this. This is ridiculous. And then it started to move up, and it confirmed here, and then I believe we're into a double top. And I think we're going to show some downside here, and I've positioned myself that way. So let's have a quick little look. Let's zero in. This is actually my second time doing the video. The weather's been crazy overhead, and I lost the internet. Everything went dark. Um, so when I started doing this candle wasn't so bearish, but it looks like everything's confirming. When we had this rundown, we had the flag, and we called this flag last week, and it did get rejected at this sweet golden level. But I think that rejection is just going to roll over, and the next area we're going to be looking for is, of course, the basement, the floor, the support level, and then we're going to be honoring the psychological levels, these major lines in the sand, and we have some pivots in there as well. So let's just keep an eye on this stuff as it rolls out. And but it looks like the U.S. dollar is going to be showing weakness. Moving on, we talked about this last week as well. I just this is a textbook. Obviously, it's 60% of the index, so they do oppose each other. They're negatively correlated. I just think it needs to get up there. And that was something we talked about. It's finding that support in and around here. And I think we're going to have a run up at least to this level, that 1.15 level. Um, that's what I'm thinking. And I like to just, lay it out there and see what the market's going to tell us. I like to timestamp all this stuff. So because the weakness in the dollar, I see gold moving up. I'm in a long silver position, which we talked about last week, but the USD yen is negatively correlated. But we have this double bottom here. Very much, if we zoom in, we have this flag happening. It's pulling back. Is it finding support here and carrying upward? I don't know. I don't know. And it's a tough one. To try to nail this timing is going to be a tough one. Yeah, just looking at this chart now, and yeah, let's move on because I don't see the move. This is a trade that I already shared in the group, and you can see where I've entered. Um, you can see that we are into profit a little bit at this point. This is a trade that I think is a good one. We had this run up. You can see the trend line that we are utilizing here. You can see that it hit that level of support and resistance, and you can see that it's dropped down. And it's you can see how it. The interesting note here is if you look back, we have this area of support, but then see how it really just pepper pods up. It pops up. You have your flag and it pops up again, and I think we're flagging here. I mean, we already were looking at the index. I think we're flagging, and I think we have some upside. Are we going to get to that full take profit there? I don't know, but I think we have a good chance of at least getting to maybe this trend line here, but at least to break even, and that's going to be a lot for us. All right, so that's it's Sunday, and that's the first opportunity I'm going to talk about. I see an odd New Zealand short, but in the paired with the dollar, I'm going back to it. I see that odd making it at least to this level. Um, there's a psychological level right there. No one's going to argue with that. You could even quickly drop a 100 drop an alert there for you, and it'll let you know when it gets there. But that's my guess. Looking at all these charts, I see U.S. dollar weakness. We traded this beautifully last week. We had the break at the trend line. It didn't fool us because we're champions, and we listened to the charts, and there was even more reason for I'm having an issue with my mouse. It's this beautiful, what is it, the MX Master 2 or something? I can't remember. Yeah, it's a great mouse. They have a 3 now, which is on my hit list. But you should see it. They have this they have this issue with the thumb, and I have to like basically destroy it. I should take a picture of it, post it. I basically destroy it all the time just to make it operational. It's a joke, and that's where these little hiccups are happening. But anyway, so there's our head and shoulders pattern. We had the flag, which we talked about. We had that flag down. Boom. Look at like these are lines that we had just sitting there, and then we've had this correction, and I just see more downside. It needs to go further. This is my opinion. There it is, and yeah, so that's where I think we need to go further. We need to get into it a little bit deeper. And you can see all these things are slowly running up. I'm going to move out to the daily here. You look at the fractals, you look at the patterns within patterns, and you have this beautiful run up, and you're probably going to be coming to a double top, and then a break is what I'm thinking. But at least that upside is going to be, you have your areas that we're going to start looking at. Yeah, oil is an interesting one right now. We'll get to that. We always chat about how the US CAD is so heavily correlated with oil. Um, I see downside yet again with the dollar, and here is that support floor. And I'm actually excited because I don't know exactly um, what oil has done at this point. This one's been slapping us around a little bit. Now, this was a trade that we've been talking about for weeks. And if you look at it, it's a beautiful flag, and it runs up and it's finding all these areas of support, and then it's breaking trend lines, and I think upside. I'm not in the trade because I was trying to go lighter over the weekend, and but yeah, it's a complete joke that we just keep being slapped around. But it's break even, a couple bucks here and there, so whatever. It's a trade doing its thing, man. So the euro yen here, um, I ran through this chart earlier, and this would be an amazing opportunity. Now this is the weekly chart. Let's drop down to the daily. This would be, an amazing opportunity. Like just when you look at these patterns on a technical level, like you see just this beautiful doji form on an uptrend is more powerful than on a downtrend, or more significant, I guess is the way to say it. Just as a note, and we've come back, and we've just this big meaty bunch of EMAs here, and you can see that price action has confirmed that most likely we're going to the upside. Now it's not a trade I'm in right now. I traded actually the Swissy yen last week. What a joke. That was really a great pair to get into. There's a guy on Twitter I was chatting with, and we just caught it long, short, long, short. I think I traded about 4 or 5 times and lost on one of them. So it was a great, great opportunity. I ended up thanking him greatly. But we have it has kissed that major line in the sand, and I think we need to just. I'm not in it. I'm going light. I'm in a few trades already. We're going to highlight those and moving on. Okay, so where are we? We're the euro pound, and we haven't broken the trend line to the downside. We're at an intersection, as you can see, something that I've already laid out. It hopped above that, and you know, going back to our euro strength because of the dollar as well, I would be looking in and around here for next levels, and we'll keep an eye on this trade. Uh, you know, we'll see what happens in and around here. Lots of confusion, and there it is. We're at that major psychological level again. I know it sounds repetitive, but this is trading. Rinse and repeat, and we can do well. So let's keep on our path. Let's keep. I know no one really is interested in these long-winded, rambling videos, but I see euro strength because I see dollar weakness, and just finding the right pair is going to be the interesting one. And to me, at this point, it is not this one. Um, yeah, let's wait to see, and never. A lot of the time, especially when you're new, and I get the FOMO. I really do. It's something that I struggled with as a developing trader. If you see these areas, and let's say we want to go long, um, we want those clear patterns. But if price does this, there's always that flagging, and we can catch that. And so if that's the way it goes, my my mouse again. But if that's the way it goes, and yeah, there's always areas for us to latch onto. So let's find those great trade ideas that we're excited about. Not tomorrow, but the day after is, oh no, it is tomorrow. So pretty serious. This is really going to move the odd around, and that's 10:30 tomorrow night my time. So this pair here dropped. I'm pretty bearish on the odd. I'm going to show you why. Still nothing exciting for me. I have my alert set. Let's wait till they get to the levels that we're excited about. A lot of these pairs are unique I don't trade them very often. And let's just wait till they come to us. That's all we can do, guys. We've had the break. Yeah. All right, moving on. I'm never in a rush. I'm always just casual. And I don't really trade this often. It's one of the pairs that I do highlight, but these are textbook flags, and I would want to see levels come into here before we get excited about anything. But this was a trade that I was working with a guy on, and we haven't broken that trend line yet. And yeah, I can't remember if I mentioned it in the group, but let's move on because this one's exciting me. Oh my gosh, look at that. I already posted this and look at the aggressive move in the direction. See, that's just exciting. This is exciting stuff. So if we move in, we see this beautiful candle. And this is right at a trend line here and here. If we zoom back out, that trend line, that area of significant uh, support and resistance is why I'm excited about that. Now that candle there, and then we had the runaway. And even if you did the confirmation square technique I teach, there's your 50, and it never got to the 61.8. And so this was a trade that I posted, and it's a 2-to-1. It's a beautiful trade. You can see here that it didn't get above that 200 EMA, which is a weekly 200 EMA at this level, and you can see very quickly dropped away. Now this has been open for how long? The market's been open for a couple hours here, and you can see that was a trade idea, and it's a third into it already, and this is Sunday night, so um, we're off to the races. Things are looking good, and oh, pardon me, this is maybe not in the best spot. Yeah, anyway, whatever. This was a trade idea we talked about, and on the 4 hour, this shutter here, this candle here, um, is what got me excited. I guess I haven't moved this eggs on my face, but anyways, I'm still in the position. I'm still bearish. This happened a couple hours before the Friday close, and there was something going on there. Spreads were wicked big, and yeah. So it's just hanging out. I'm going to adjust that because that was an oversight on my behalf. I'm not even going to change I'm not even going to edit the video. I like I like you guys seeing that this is real. And yeah, okay, so I must have used my other chart. That's what I did. because I put this out, but I use my other analysis chart because I'm like, what? I've already done this. And so, anyways, I am bearish. Those are the reasons. 4 hour was what got me the most excited, and for this here in particular. So moving on to Bitcoin. Bitcoin's been a bit of a, she's a tumultuous gal, and we're going to move into seeing the double bottom. We talked about it. That was the area that I had mentioned it. We've just gone sideways, but every time she dips her toes into that river, she takes it right back out. So unless there's a really strong drop off a cliff here, which some guys are calling it, I see a little more upside. I am not in Bitcoin at this point in time. So this was a trade idea I put out into the group, and this thing is, like this is going to be, I typically don't drop down to these levels, but I really think if you start um, looking at these levels on a technical basis, that gap's probably got to close. And we are in a, this is most likely what's going to happen, and it's going to drop away from there. Um, Jesus, this mouse. What is that? Hieroglyphics, man. Anyways, so yeah, that's what I think is going to happen, and that's what I kind of see happening at this point in time. This gap's going to close. S&P's. This is crazy, man. There's like militias in the streets of the United States, like on a macro level. This is insane. These autonomous zones being. There's just too much to talk about. Let's move on to oil. Um, the 15-minute chart's ridiculous. We've been talking about the short in oil. I am short in oil. Um, and you can see we have the double tops to talk about. Now that's on a daily. And let's step out here a little bit. We potentially double top on this one. It was strong rejection, and now we're back at this 40.45 level. And you can see this is a level that it matters. And I think we're showing rejection there. And I am still, yeah, this position's underwater, but we'll just let it hit our stop. There it is up there. This is trading. We're going to be taking out a lot. Love it. Moving on. Gold, she's been so good to us as a trading group. It's a tough one. I hold gold in many different forms. Um, don't even have trend lines on here. I just, let's get right out because this is where it's going. This here, we're at that 1800 level. Let's zoom out. Let's be champions about this. We got to get there. We got to get there. Finding that level, like if you were to hop in now, I'd put my stop in and around there at that 1650 level, maybe a little south of that. I don't know. And if we're bearish, the dollar, I see it pushing up. So that's my analysis on gold. There's too much going on. This S&P is falling off a cliff eventually. She's already showing the weakness. Let's talk about silver. I was already in silver. You can see this trend line here. We don't have to do anything. We're in profit on this one. Yeah, I don't know, man. I sit here. I'm impressed that I got through this analysis. The weather has just been incredible. Wow. The thunder is shaking this home, and yeah, I think we have to get to this level. I think I want to see it at the 19. I see how these crazy. There's too much going on for these precious metals not to show why they're so precious, and we're going to be taken out a few times to get this right. It's not a problem. Let's move on. This is another one that's blowing my mind. I'm not in the. I don't think I can even trade it with my broker, but like there is. This is the Hang Seng Index. This is the Hong Kong Index. Like, talk about some pretty serious manipulation, if I may. Um, you know, there is quite the battle on the streets of Hong Kong right now. A lot going on, a lot of some pretty serious moves. These are historic moves that are happening. Um, yeah, but on a technical level, I think if you can trade the index, look where we are. Look where we are. Let's move in. Um, I'm sensing some manipulation in this index, but we're at the 61.8 level. You can see where I fibbed from. Boom, boom. At that 61.8 level, this is a daily, and look, there's your daily right there. So, you know, it's a pretty nice even number too, 25,000. For me, that's a pretty strong level. And yeah, let's move on. This is also something I just continue to watch. Anyways, that's my Sunday analysis. It's a bit of a ramble. I had some issues with my technical, you know, all the internet and all that sort of stuff. But I see some downside. It happened. I was even talking about it in the group. And there's a start of the week. Let's get excited about it. And let's keep compounding our efforts. It was more or less up here, too. I'm going to drop that there. I like to lock that as well. And yeah, anyways, that's my ramblings. Let's get at it. Let's show appreciation and respect to the markets. Let's engage with them. I'm bearish the dollar. And until something changes, I'm always willing to change my opinion. And that's what makes a good trader. At least it's something I'm always working on. When the evidence is stacked against my opinion, I change it. I do not hang on and be like, no, I'm going to prove I'm right, because you will never prove you're right to the market. And yeah, anyways, that's it. That's my ramblings. Let's get at it. We've had some great, we're wrapping up really a great month, guys. And this is live trading.